ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे. Now let us assume an interaction between our Anand Swami and Bhagavan Sri Venkatesha. So you will not go surrender to anybody other than Rama. So why are you coming here? I am Venkatesha. Okay, so Bhagavan says that, so go to Rama, go to Treta Yuga, surrender to him. Why are you coming to me? In fact, Venkatesha Bhagavan during his Utsava comes as Rama also. So he says, hey Venkatesha, I was worshipping Venkata Ramanan. You are Venkatesha, you are Rama, you are Venkata Krishnan, you are Venkata Raman. So I am worshipping you, O Bhagavan. So the next sloka is about Venkatesha. So after one sloka on Krishna, these three slokas on Rama, we are now focusing back on Sri Venkatesha. So that is the ninth sloka here. विना वेङ्कटेशं ननाथो ननाथ सदा वेङ्कटेशं स्मरामि स्मरामि हरे वेङ्कटेश प्रसीद प्रसीद प्रियं वेङ्कटेश प्रयच्छ प्रयच्छ. Such a beautiful sloka. So here it says Vina Venkatesha. Vina meaning without. Venkatesham, you are Venkatesha. Venkatesha, we've already seen the meaning of Venkatesha. The one who can remove all the sins. That hill itself is known for removing all the sins and bestowing all positive things. Natho. Natha is the Lord, right? So without Venkatesha, there is no Natha. There is no one who can rule us. There is no one who can guide us. So basically saying that Venkatesha is the Natha for everyone. He is the Lokanatha. He is the Jagannatha, right? So in our world, if somebody says Anatha, which means I don't have anybody, it just means that they don't know. For each one of us, the Natha is Venkatanatha. So Venkateshwara is the person taking care of everyone. We realize it. Sometimes some people do not realize it. It is only about knowing it. He is our father. If Venkatesha is not there, only then it is Anatha. When Venkatesha is there, he is the Lokanatha. He is the person who helps everybody from not being Anatha. So Vina Venkatesham, if Venkatesha is not there, Nanatho Nanataha. So there is no Natha. He's repeating it 2 times to emphasize this fact vividly to all of us. If Venkatesha is not there, there is no Natha, no Natha. He is the only solace. Remember that. Vina Venkatesham Nanatho Nanataha. Therefore, what do I do? Sada Venkatesham Smarami Smarami. All the time, every single time. It is not that, okay, this minute I remember him, then I forget him. It is not like that. All the time, eternally, I remember Bhagavan. We have our heartbeat, right? So the heart keeps pumping. Pat, 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 pat. Our aim should be, with every heartbeat, say Rama, Rama, say Krishna, Krishna, say Venkatesha. Just keep repeating Bhagavan's name with every heartbeat. 72 times approximately, the heart beats every time. In fact, when I did an analysis on Bhagavan's name in Bhagavad Gita, the number of times Krishna's names, unique names are coming, it came for 72 times. Basically saying that every single heartbeat, repeat his name. 72 names were there. And I was extremely excited when the number matched with our number of heartbeats. So every heartbeat, pulsating minute, it's worth it if we remember Bhagavan's name. Similarly, why does our eyes blink? In Devaloka, their eyes don't blink. Only in our Bhumi, our eyes blink. There is an interesting story about Nala and Damayanti. Damayanti was a very beautiful princess that even the Devas wanted to get married to her. But she wanted to get married to Nala. So during her Swayamvara, Nala comes there, but so many Devas disguise themselves as Nala.
She now has to come and offer her garland, and she sees so many people who look alike. Everybody looks like Nala. She had to choose her Nala amongst all the others who have disguised. What did she do?
So the technique is mentioned in the Kavya. She looked for the garland which was fading away. Because it seems for Devas, it does not fade. So she was searching for the garland which could fade. And she was searching for the persons whose eyes was blinking. The one whose eyes was blinking, whose garland faded, she garlanded that person and chose the right group. So in our loka, we actually, blink. In Deva Loka, people don't blink. So why is this blinking given to us? Every unmission, nimission, we should remember Bhagavan. So whenever we blink, whenever the heart is pulsating, whenever we are pulsating, we should remember Bhagavan. Sada, all the time. Venkatesham, smarami, smarami. We will keep repeating it over and over again. So it is not a one-off event. In fact, a beautiful interpretation given by the acharyas is that with devotion, you tell it once. Bhagavan Venkatesha gets into you and he compensates for the remaining. He'll either make you say or he will take care of you on his behalf. So he will take the remaining measures for you, even once if you say it repeatedly. So Sada may not be possible for us immediately, but he will take care of the rest of the things for us. Sada Venkatesham Smarami Smarami. Look at the name that is used after this. Hare Venkatesha. Hare. Harir Harati Papani. The one who snatches away all our sins is Hari. What else can we give to Bhagavan? Think about it. Everything is his property. If we offer even Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam, it is all coming from him. We are giving it to him. So we said, let's mix bhakti with it. Again, it is so complicated. What comes very easily to us? Sins. Anything we do, we can accumulate sins very easily, right? So if we give that to him, what does he do? Harati Papani. He snatches away the sins from us. So he becomes Dadi Choraka, Navanita Choraka. So he snatches away all this from us, right? So Hare Venkatesha. Venkatesha will ensure that all the good things are conferred on us. Hari removes all the sins from us. So Hare Venkatesha. So remove all the sins. Make me ready for you. Prasida, prasida. And please be happy with me. So here it is showing the emphasis on please get pleased with me. Ensure that I become a target for your pleasure. So here they say there are two different ways, when a person laughs at us, they can be making fun of us or they can genuinely be pleased and hence they are laughing at us. They're smiling at us. So they call it as the Leelaya. Bhagavan, for fun, he's laughing at us. Or he's smiling at us for his bhogyatvam. You're giving me so much of happiness. Therefore, he's pleased with us and laughing. So here, let it not be the initial smile. I want to make you genuinely happy, Bhagavan. So make me a patram for that. So prasida, prasida. Again, emphasizing on that. Priyam Venkatesha. Prayacha, prayacha. So confer on me the boons. Prayacha, prayacha. Keep giving me the boon that I want. What is the boon? Anand Swami is not yet declared it. Only in the 10th sloka he is going to declare it. He says, confer the boons on me. Whatever is the right things. So here there are two things. Prayacha, prayacha is used, right? So acharyas say that there are certain things which are good for us. There are certain things which make us happy. Okay. Like now when we eat some food also, it says, right? A minute on your lips, forever on your hips and all that stuff. So something which tastes good need not necessarily be good for us. But something which is healthy need not necessarily be good for us. So it can be we call it as hitam. Hitam means something which is beneficial. So sukham can be something which is pleasurable. So what is the right thing? So Bhagavan should give us what we actually need, but give it in a nice way, right? So prayacha, prayacha. Give me the right things in a nice way also. So that is something which we ask for. What exactly is required? We'll come to that later. So this sloka basically surrenders to Venkatesha, saying that, without you, I have nobody else to surrender. Oh, Venkatesha. So please confer on me the right boons, which will ensure that my sins are removed and I become the right target to get all your blessings. Oh, Bhagavan. Right?